So great to see you both. My goodness, for the last 24 hours, have been doing nothing but singing What Lies Beyond.
Yes.
I cannot get it out of my head.
And we've done our job.
Is that like, when you hear stuff like that, are you like, great, job done, like big tick in the book?
Yeah. I mean, that's ultimately what we want is to, have audience members walk out listening, singing the songs.
And if you know our writing style, we love a hook.
We do.
Yes. Now, I want to say the thing that because the thing was, as I was listening to Beyond and I was like, what is it in this that is going to be the thing that people are going to be making TikToks about it? And I feel like, yes, that bit is great, but I also think that I Am Moana is such a powerful moment. It just stands for, I think, you were both speaking so beautifully yesterday about how she is like, the Disney heroine who's not tied down by anyone else. And that moment in that song for me just is like a huge stamp of a footprint of like who she is as a person. So when you kind of go into that songwriting process, do you look for those hooks or those moments, or do you is it natural?
Yes, but that one specifically just kind of fell out. It was like when we were on a roll writing, and like how we usually write a song is that it's like a ping pong ball and one kind of informs the other, and like it'll just keep building on itself. But once you find the nugget of the song, it kind of just all unfolds. But that was a later edition.
It was a later edition, but also it was sort of like an echo or a mirror of the first song we wrote for that moment, which didn't end up making it into the movie. But, at the end, she sort of declares that she's never going to forget her name. And so the I Am Moana kind of was the evolved iteration of that.
Okay.
And we also really wanted to keep one foot in of the original movie sound and also one foot out to let the characters and the world evolve. And that just felt like the perfect callback to the first movie, because it also, when you see it in context of the film, it makes so much sense and it feels so powerful. It worked out well.
And I think I was lucky enough to see it in the context, and then I obviously heard you perform it, so it really struck a chord with me.
Yeah.
I've seen you perform a few times now, obviously yesterday, and I've been, watching a few videos on you, and I love your friendship, but there was something I wanted to ask you about, that is this thing that you both do.
I can't wait to hear it.
No. So when you're about to start performing, you make intense eye contact with each other.
Do we?
And it's like just as you're about to start the song. And I would love to know, I mean, you're obviously not conscious of it, but what goes through your mind when you're about to, I guess, show the world these beautiful new pieces that you've written? And, is there anything that goes through your mind when you're having that moment?
I think we can communicate pretty well with our eyes. But I feel like it's probably just, are you ready? I'm ready?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Let's go.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like this has been 2 years, girl? Let's do this.
When we do,
No.
when we make eye contact during an interview and we go like,
Yeah.
that's what happened.
Right. Yeah. I feel like it's kind of an unconscious, we're musical soulmates in a way. And so it's like we, reach our hook together and then we're like this.
Oh
for
my
the rest of
God.
the song.
And then the love heart joins, and then there's just magic after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh my God, I feel so left out. Talking about your friendship, I loved hearing about how you met. And I think that there's probably a really important part of your origin story that I need to clarify. And that is, I think you watched The Bachelorette, and did you make cookies?
I did.
She made macarons.
Thank you. I was like,
To be
details,
specific,
people. I
cinnamon
need
toast
to
crunch
know.
macarons.
Oh my God. Cinnamon toast crunch
delicious.
macarons.
That's what I've named them. And they're basically just like vanilla cinnamon.
Babe.
Okay,
macarons.
but they taste like cinnamon toast crunch and they're fabulous.
Okay.
And I begged her to make me them for 5.5
did.
years. And the next time she made them for me was the day we recorded Dwayne.
Oh,
and she brought them to the
really?
studio, and everyone got to eat the macarons, which was great. But then I was left with 3.
You're like, stop trying to outshine the fact that we've just got a song for Dwayne The Rock Johnson to perform.
It's casual. It's fine.
Which is a beautiful segue into what the hell was it like having that man sing your music?
It was marvelous, truly. He is like such a stand-up guy and such a family man. He brought his family like every time he recorded. And he really cares about this project in particular, and it's very close to his heart.
Yeah.
So he worked really, really hard.
Yeah, the rock work ethic really came out to play during some of our sessions. He would not take a break.
No.
Everyone's like, "Are
Really?
you sure? Do you want 10?
He's
Do you
like,
want
"Let's
some
just
water?"
do
He's like,
it.
"No, I'm doing it.
I'm in the zone.
And he's like a house of a man. Like I've met him a few times. He's enormous. So I guess when you're when you're writing a song, you know, that has that warrior call or you know that call of Chihu in it, and then you hear it come out of him, does it kind of give you goosebumps when you were in
God,
the
yeah.
like
It did. It was like, because, you know, I was the one singing
Right.
Chihu on all the demos. And then as soon as he said it, I was like, oh, that's,
whoa.
like that's what it's supposed to sound
Yeah.
like.
But I feel like that's the best part about doing a project like that is hearing all the pieces come together and it all come to life because
Right.
it's like it's all in layers. So it first starts out with our demo and my track and
Yeah.
Abigail's voice, and then we add our characters' voices, and then we add all of the instruments, and then it just keeps building, and then we add the orchestra, but then we add Tavaka, and it's just like it's a beautiful, beautiful process. It's like every new piece that's added, we're like, oh my God.
I know.
You want to get through it? You just gotta Chi-hoo it. All right. I'm ready. Can I get a Chi-hoo? You gotta.
Does it feel surreal to, I guess, have so many, because this is the thing, and I really do understand this, is that a lot of people will be like, oh, wow, you know, we saw your Bridgerton project and now we're seeing you, you know, doing the soundtrack for Moana 2, no big deal. But like to be the youngest female duo to do that and to have won a Grammy and to be like, to have so many accolades at such a young age, but you have both worked for such a long time to get here. And I think that
See, we're doing it. That
yeah,
was
right.
it.
Okay, I just saw the electricity go between you then. But I truly think that like you should be giving yourself your flowers, you know, because you deserve them. And this is like, yes, it's the beginning of something incredible, but it's also the peak of a lot of hard work, right?
Yeah. I mean, there is nothing that compares to like the feeling that I'm feeling right now. I'm like, I'm a very emotional person, and now I've realized I have a button, and every time I think about just the magnitude of this project and how long we've been working on it and like how little girls everywhere are going to see themselves in Moana, like the button gets pressed and then I start to cry. And it's true. Like we've been working pretty much our entire lives for something like this, and it's a dream and a blessing and an honor.
Yeah, I said this before, but it's easy to go and say, oh, they did a TikTok musical and now they're writing music for Disney. But there are so many steps pre-TikTok
Exactly.
that kind of culminated in this moment. You know, it's funny to retrace the steps and figure out like exactly which tiny decisions led you to meet the right person and find the right partner and get the correct no's, because like there were so many no's that like led us to this moment. And I don't know. It's just funny that the TikTok musical was the thing that blew open the door for us.
Yeah.
But we've been working for a long time.
And no big deal to be like Beyonce's pianist on tour. I mean,
Yeah, and
we
not
just
only
dropped
that-
a name on the floor there. I mean, let me
Oops, I'll
try
pick it
and
up.
find it. That's wild.
And not only that, she was on tour, and also we were writing Moana 2. So
And was wearing that blonde. Stop it. You
so
cannot.
fabulous. Iconic.
I secretly really loved the blonde, and I never thought that I would ever see myself as a blonde ever.
Did you keep the wig? I forgot.
I do. I have like 3 of them.
Well,
But they're
look,
so gross.
it's
so glued.
incredible to have you here. I cannot wait for people to see this medicine that you've created for the world. It's just beautiful. And I just want to leave you with something, and you don't even have to say anything, but just react. It's just one day, Moana on Broadway with music written by Barlow and Bear.
Listen,
We have already had this thought. And
I think Moana 1 and 2 could be a great Broadway show. Let's
Act
mix it
1, Act 2,
together.
let's
Think about
do
it. Amazing to have you in Australia. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
so
having
much.
us.